And don't make nobody tell you say, oh, no, no, for come a foreign because foreign is too hard. Only you can determine what is too hard for you. As well as everybody has their own experiences. There are people who come up here on work program and them have to start from scratch because they don't have no friend or no family. There are people who come up here to their family and them family not like them or don't treat them good. While there are people who come up here to family and them family help them and give them a firm footing to get a good start. Them not have to start from zero or from scratch. There are people who come up here with children and them have family who will take care of them children while them go work. There are other people who come with children and have to put children in a daycare. A friend of mine asked me if I have a bed. And I'm like, huh? So she's like, from you say, huh? I know that you don't know what me I talk about. She said she had to start by getting a blow-up bed. Not everybody has that experience. Now, only you can determine what is too hard for you. And if everything alright at yard, you can always go back to your yard, right? So if the opportunity arises, right, in a legal way, take the opportunity and then decide if it's too hard for you.
A lot of Jamaicans grow up thinking that once you go abroad, whether it's America, Canada, or England, it's a bed of roses. But when many Jamaicans actually move overseas, reality hits different. Back home, people imagine that dollars just flow easy, but abroad comes with its own struggles. High rent, multiple jobs, long hours in the cold, and sometimes even loneliness because you don't have family around the way you do in Jamaica. Yes, there are opportunities, and some people really do find success, but it's not automatic. Many Jamaicans abroad will tell you they're working harder there than they ever did back home, just to pay bills, survive, and send a little money back to family in Jamaica. And here's the part people don't talk about. Some end up missing Jamaica so much, they realize the life they were running from here wasn't as bad as they thought. The food, the warmth, the community, it's something money can't buy. So the next time you see someone abroad posting nice pictures and living the life, remember
how some of my family is in Jamaica, and whoever feel hit by this, I'm talking to you. So my family, the type of family where they call me mean all the time. Baby, that barrio stuff, it stops with me and mine. So we're not sending down nothing for you. We don't lay down with you. You got a husband. You better not be married and be talking about somebody mean. That's what they do. They've been calling me mean my entire life, y'all. I came to America at a decent age. They expected me to be sending down stuff. Every time I come down with my dad, I should be coming down with stuff. Hello, I'm still just a preteen. Why on this so beggy? Then gonna beg you, and you say no, and don't be dead. They never gonna stop talking about the dead. Oh, the dead is mean. The dead didn't give me this. The dead had a woolly pop barrel with food that spoil, and my food making food spoil. Whatever is in the barrel, I feel fear picking them. But no, you guys, if they don't give it up, you're mean. They've been calling me mean my whole life. I don't give a damn, because I'm not working for y'all. As expensive as America is, you talking about mean? Hey, you spreading legs? Don't be spreading no legs. Call me mean. Go get a job. Tell you, I don't like that. I don't like that weird stuff. And I'm not being funny. The first thing they'll talk about you is say that you're mean. They've been saying me and my mama mean my entire life. You know why? Because we're not giving them everything that we got. Because we don't lay down with you. You're big and grown, go get it yourself. And here's the thing, y'all, I've been living in America. They still talking about me. I don't sleep with you. If your family, if your brother, sister, cousin is in America, you need to be nagging them. I'm not, when I tell you, swear to God, pinky, I'm not bringing down nothing for you. I'm not bringing down no barrel. I'm not do none of that. I'm going to make food spoil. The same way my mother making food spoil. They going to call me mean for the rest of my life. I'm not have to take care of them. I don't sleep with them. I'm telling you, they've been talking about me since I've been a preteen. What am I supposed to do? Be working to send stuff down for you? It stops with me. I swear to God, it stops with me. My family know more about my life than I do. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I would never know. I must be talking about my twin. I'm somebody, I like to talk about these things, right? So I have no problem going to them and talking about it. But I'm just like, but no, y'all have a bad mind. Why y'all watch people things? They watch your stuff like it's theirs. You die today, they in your house trying to take your shit tonight. I promise you, I'm not lying. Anybody that feel hit by this, say something to me and tell me I lie.
Before some people travel, come abroad, some people sell their properties. People will get house, some people sell them. Some sell their family land. Some sell their cars to generate fund to enable them travel. Some lucky ones were working, have a good job, they were saving their own money and they traveled. But this video is to explain how most people got their funds before they travel. But mostly I dey hear say some people now family land and sell, personal land, properties where they get like houses, thinking say if they come abroad then go quickly make money again to be able to go back Nigeria or wherever they came from to build or erect or buy most of these things they sold before coming. So some of them don't come now. To get the money, go do those things back, no come easy. See, selling property to come abroad, it favors some people, you know, favor some people. If you come abroad with the mindset, say, I don't sell my house, I don't make millions, make I jack back home, say you go back, it's not like that. It doesn't always happen like that. You have to be strategic when you travel, come abroad. Except you where you sell for your mind. No, you know, say no everybody will come abroad get plans to go back Nigeria, say they won't go build house, build company, do things establish because of the Nigerian atmosphere. Some people don't already they discouraged, which is fine. But if you are the type where they feel say make I come make money, everything what I sell I go in 1 year, because some people go tell themselves say in 1 or 2 years I go make the money back. It doesn't work like that, bro. Sometimes you see the 10 years you never even buy land. So when you come, except you are strategic about anything what you do. But I wish everybody the best though. So it's not always like that. Like you think, say if you just come in 2 years, you go the property where you sell, you go make money, go double them or go Banana Island, go buy.
Then we do not expect better from you, you know, because you where you say you are Canadian. That you say, no. Just because you have one citizenship. You born in Canada? Did you born in Canada? Boy, you're Canadian? People like you are always a sellout. I know you alone say so, you know, many Jamaican come a foreign and say them are Canadian and they rather live under Marcani government than Andrew. And that's you, but the only time when you feel, when you look like somebody I want to go to Jamaica, you know. The only time when you feel good and proud, I want to go to Jamaica. Because when you go to Canada, you don't have nobody. You miserable, you sad. All the time when you feel better and eat good food and enjoy yourself, I want to go to Jamaica. But at the same time, when you rather live under Marcani government. Live under Marcani government. But only for people that got food bank. You may not got food a dollar store, but
I see a little thing go on the TikTok, you know, where a man and his wife in a big argument. His wife come from overseas and is a Jamaican man. But it look like say them living here. Them in a big argument on the media, and it all cost because of the youth them. So the youth them is the man step youth them. But it's like say the woman that say him not like the youth them. You understand? But the truth, enough yard man now will like them American youth, they are them British youth, they are them Canadian youth there. Enough Jamaican man now will like them and we deal with them away. Because if you're nasty and you know like if you clean up, me realize say the foreign pitney them nasty. The foreign pitney them very nasty and they have some dirty attitude, and then them mother want pick up for them and dip on them side because them mother broke them bad. A whole heap of single mother broke the pitney them bad, you know. You understand? Broke the pitney them bad, nasty and disgusting. You get to me and say, and as a yard man, you know like to see nobody nasty and disgusting around you as a Jamaican man. We deal with cleanliness, we deal with cleanness. Most of we still, me know say some boy out there nasty. You get what me I say? But me understand where the brother go through. Because the man a cuss and say one of the big youth them a burn beer weed and a smoke beer weed. And he know even a beard and them nasty. And you know say weed make somebody look a young youth then just lazy so. Because if you burn weed and go sit down in a man, I lazy is you be, you know. But when you burn weed and go work at the most active you be, you know. So that is how you do it with weed. You burn weed and get active. You know, burn weed and sit down and lie down. It will make you be the laziest person in the world. But if you burn weed and get active, you will be the most active person in the world. Like say you're under steroids. May I tell you so? The man and the woman situation all plastered out over the whole internet. Them in a big argument and thing, and it all costs because of the youth them. So the relationship now go work because of the youth them. Because me who do there with a woman like that with them type of youth there, where some youth where who born overseas, some nasty youth were born overseas, then lazy, then nasty, and then parents are pick up for them. We don't stop pick up for lazy and nasty picking them Jamaica when we grew up. What you saying in Jamaica, we have to work hard. We have to get up, sweep up the yard, wash up plate, grate a coconut, go shop. Whole heap of sitting we have to do. We scour down the bathroom. Whole heap of thing we have to do as a youth growing up. So if you know American picnic can't do them there, then if you go one side, then just want to sit down and play a video game and them up be a food and be a sitting and grow up big and lazy and stupid in the world. Go one side with the lazy American picnic them in a real life. Amen.
All I have to say is, as an immigrant to Canada, I moved here 4.5-ish years ago, in the middle of a snowstorm. All I have to say is Canada will humble you. And this, of course, is applicable to other countries, of course, right? But me coming from the Caribbean, where the weather is absolutely not like the Canadian weather, the systems are similar but very different at the same time. There are many things that nobody teaches you, nobody prepares you for, and they can't prepare you for unless you're living here. And don't get it twisted. Visiting this country and living in this country are two very, very different things. Living in this country, first of all, the place is so vast, as in huge. Like it's a huge, huge, huge landmass. Back home in Trinidad, I lived on the outskirts of Port of Spain, and everything was 10 minutes away from my house. Everything that I needed, from the mall, from getting downtown, to the hospitals, to a pharmacy, to food, restaurants, entertainment, everything was within, I want to say, 10 to 20 minutes in range, right? Here, I could tell you that I drove from one area that I was in to Ottawa, which was 4 hours and 39 minutes or 36 minutes away from where I was. And I was still in the same province. I hadn't crossed into another province. I hadn't done anything. I literally went from, let's say in Trinidad, this is for Trinidadians, let's say from Diego Martin or Pitty Valley to San Fernando about 3 times in distance. 4 hours and 36 minutes. Right? Or even, it could be even closer like Point Lisas and further south than San Fernando, because San Fernando is not too bad. But I'm just telling you, right? Like, when you think about, all of the things that immigrants face, from, you come with a hope and a dream and a prayer for a better life, and you come here with literally, in most times, almost nothing, and you have to build from scratch. And if you don't come here with a plan, then the likelihood of your existence here being easy, very, very slim to none, because Canada is a serious country. And I know that there will be people who will say, oh, well, this is not the Canada that people are used to for a number of different reasons, blah, 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 blah. But for me, I don't know anything different in terms of what I'm comparing this Canada to. So this Canada to me is just what it is, and I'm dealing with it from the rising food prices to cost of housing to cost of gas. I have never in my how many ever years I'm driving, I'm 42 and I got my license when I was 17. I've never looked at a gas price in all those years until 2026. Never. And I didn't even know that the later in the night you go to fill up your gas is the lower the gas price goes. I didn't know that. I never had to worry about that back in Trinidad. Maybe because Trinidad is an oil producing country and there were subsidies for all of these things. But still, it's a very weird kind of existence. And, when I think of, the cost of things, and I use, for example, my car. If I convert my monthly car insurance payment, my car insurance payment monthly here in Canada is what I used to pay for the entire year in Trinidad. I had the same coverage, full comprehensive, replacement vehicle, roadside assistance, all of the things in one bundled price. And every time I see that insurance come out of my account on a monthly basis, I get upset because I'm like, damn, right? But I just accept it because it is what it is. Now, I know that that's because I'm new to Canada, new to driving in Canada, and I am expecting that my insurance will gradually go down so long as I don't get in any accidents, I don't get any tickets and all of those things, right? Cool. The next thing that will definitely humble people coming here is cost of things. And the worst thing you could do, even visiting, is convert to your home country's currency. Unless it is something that you can actually get in your home country, don't be converting nothing. It does not make any sense. Because I just use food prices, for example. Food in Canada is expensive. I used to own my own home. I used to take care of my son. It was just him and I living in my house. And back home in Trinidad, I could have spent an easy $1,500 to $2,000 TT, which is about, give or take, $400 to $500 Canadian, when the exchange rate is good, right? And $400 to $500 a month in Trinidad couldn't feed my child and I on a monthly basis. Because he was younger, he needed breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, all of the things. He was playing sports and he would need extra. In Canada, if I spend $400 to $500, now I have 2 kids here. Like, we would probably starve for the last week of the month if I did not add on to that $500 Canadian. The next thing is, while there are certain amenities, so the bus service, the train service, the trams, there's Ubers, there's all of these things which exist in Trinidad minus the trains.
In our real life, people, so recent studies show that Jamaicans are still leaving Jamaica, are trying to leave Jamaica in large numbers in search of a better life overseas. In the US, England, Canada, and other places. Whilst at the same time, more and more people from the diaspora are returning to Jamaica, whilst other persons of other nationalities are also settling up and moving to Jamaica in search of a better life. That includes Americans, Europeans, and people from a whole host of other nations. So it's interesting because Jamaicans living in Jamaica want to get overseas for a better life. And Jamaicans who have lived overseas want forward back. And some people who may have never been to the island are thinking about leaving their countries, higher cost of living, and moving to Jamaica. So what would you do? Are the opportunities better overseas? Or is there a life to be built here? And of course, there are many factors: work, your wages, your dependents. But it's interesting. Some people are go, some people are forward. What is the right move? And what would you do in a real life?
If you are a Jamaican that recently migrated to anywhere, this could be, we say Canada, UK, anywhere, but if you're a Jamaican and you recently migrated and are living somewhere else, tell me what's one thing that was like a super shocker for you or something that took you a long time to get accustomed to. I'ma go first. So you see, like when the weekend is approaching, like today or Thursday or whatever, and me know say, hey, weekend I come tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, something that took a while for me to get used to is letting go of my past life, if that makes sense. Because when me in Jamaica and me I work me 9 to 5, Mondays to Fridays, I'm so professional. I'm Miss International HR Officer. But you see, on Friday, when 4:30 come on, me log out, me I see right through. Me I see right through. Because me I think so when me I wear tonight, when me I go, am I going to Rubies, am I going to Taboo? When me I go with my friend them Friday night, Saturday night, when Mecca was Meccaing, and Dolly Sundays are Dolly Sundays. I mean, at the section over this against the big wall, just to have my kind of vibe and a vibe and a vibe and a drinks and a shots and a sit down on the top of couch. That when me tell you say 4 months, that fuck with my meds. I ain't even gonna lie. Me love road, you know. You see, like the white line will literally draw in the middle of the road. I am the white line. I am the white line. That take me months for adjust to. Worse because the area that I'm in, nothing no go on down here. So when you go to the clubs, appear people, them are fist pumping at the ear, and I stand up and look like. Right, make it make sense. Or when you go to the clubs here, you can count 20 people not in there. But it's like sometimes you just go out for good because there is nowhere else to go. But when I say mess with my meds for months, I'm here 2 years now and I still have not gotten used to it. If I go back a yard, oh my God, I feel like them let me out of prison. And then it just gives you so much anxiety. Nobody talks about being back in the departure lounge and leaving Jamaica like you want to live in the high water like somebody for you dead. And now I'm back in the ship.
One of our Jamaican sisters on the internet telling Jamaicans and other Caribbean people who are self-deporting themselves, listen up, don't do it. That is what she's saying. Specifically for Jamaica, she's saying that the country have too much crime and violence. The prospect for work is too low, so don't do it. Depending on where you're coming from, I can understand if you say, I'm going to stay even though I'm illegal and I'm living in fear. Because if where you are, it's safer or better than where you're coming from, it makes perfect sense. But to generalize that the entire island is completely unsafe doesn't make sense, and there is no job prospect is also very weak. There are marketable people living overseas, and they are illegal, and they still have the potential of having a successful life back home. A lot of people just don't want to go back because of shame and guilt, and a lot of people just never have the opportunity to build a successful life. I said if you want to go back, go ahead and do it. I can't tell other people what to do. I have a house in Jamaica. My parents have house. My brothers have okay lives. So I can go home whenever I want. I have a Dutch passport, but if I was illegal, I could also just go home because I have things to go to, I have family to go to, I have places to go. Not only do I have my own place, but if I didn't have it, my brother's house have 3 floors and one of the floor have been empty for 10 years. Literally. Just an empty apartment with everything in it. It's not like it's incomplete or anything. They don't want to rent it. He and his wife don't want to rent it. So I have something to go for. But I think what we should be doing is praying for our sisters across the Caribbean island and in Jamaica self. Our Caribbean sister from Haiti just self-deported herself after 30 years of living in the United States illegal. She didn't do it. Her parents took her there as a baby and she don't have no control over that. But somehow she successfully managed to go to college and university, I think. So she have proper qualification to go home to, but I don't know what it's going to end up in. What we should be doing is praying for each other and hoping that it works out. So I think that's what we should join in now and do. Father, I come to you in the name of Jesus. You are the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega. Father, you are the God of Isaac. You are the God of Jacob. You are the God of Moses. Father, you are the God of all gods, the King of all kings. Father, you are great. I want to come to you this morning and give you thanks for all the great things that you have done within our lives. Things that we asked and didn't ask for. I pray for your blessing and your mercy upon our Caribbean sisters that are now self-deporting themselves because they're sick and tired of running and hiding. I pray that you will release angels, angel upon angels, to cover them in the areas that they're going and they will be fine and safe. I hope that you will open doors for them. Give them the opportunity to climb mountains higher than Blue Mountain, go down into valleys and rise. I pray that you will provide for them in their time of needs, time of want, and still provide when there is nothing that they ask for. But continue to bless our Caribbean sisters. As our sister enter into Haiti, God, I ask that you release a special angel that will keep her safe there. This is not a place she has been to before. She have little to no knowledge of what she's entering into. But God, I believe she's entering into it with faith that it is going to work out. To all our Caribbean sisters who are going home, Father God, I ask that nothing but angels you will release from the plane wings straight down to when it lands, every area that they're going into. God, I ask that you protect our sisters. We need your protection. We need your guidance. We need your direction. I ask that you will be with us, God. In your mighty name, in Jesus' name I pray, amen. We have to give thanks to God for everything, whether it's going our way or not. We just have to give thanks. And we have to encourage our sisters when we see them stepping out and taking a risk. A lot of these people that are self-deporting themselves are people who took care of family members. And now they don't know what they're going to go into. But I ask that the mighty God will have these family members treat them well, because very often, because of lack of knowledge and understanding, they won't treat their family members well. And they think you get this great opportunity and they don't make the best of it. But people with brain, people that are well read, they know that it has nothing to do with that. But it's a difficult battle. But a battle with God is a battle that worth fighting, and a battle with God will always bring success. So what I'm asking now is that we go with faith for those of us who are going. And I pray that everything will work out. I have no negativity towards it, because I know that the need and the fear will make you make decision that is may not be the greatest decision. But anyway you take it, I believe self-deport is better than someone packing you up and sending you home, because you don't get no time to prepare. If you are self-deporting yourself, you are preparing some way, somehow, so you have a better chance. I pray for my Caribbean sisters. Because as women, we have life order in this world. I know some people going to come and debate it. I don't have time for your debate. Okay? I don't have time for your debate. Not today, not tomorrow. We bring children in this world. We have to take care of our children. Whether we are married, we're single. Whether we are plural or we are single. We have all the time in this world. Everyone expects us to be strong, and keep going. We carry the world on our shoulders every single day. So guidance for all my Caribbean sisters returning home. You do what you got to do, and I pray God's grace, great and greatest blessing upon all of you. Amen.
Things nobody tells you about moving overseas. Everyone talks about the excitement, the new country, the new opportunities, the new life, but there are some things people don't prepare you for. Nobody tells you how much you'll miss the little things. The food, the culture, the familiar accent, even the randomness of home. Nobody tells you that starting over is uncomfortable. You go from knowing exactly how life works to having to figure out everything. The system, the transportation, the way people communicate. Nobody tells you that your mindset will change. There's a shift in how you see money, lifestyle, and what's actually normal, even when you made the right decision. But here's what they also don't tell you. You grow in ways you never imagined. Your independence strengthens, your confidence expands, and you just start seeing the world bigger than the place you actually came from. Moving overseas will humble you and elevate you all at the same time.
Alright, so when I come here, foreign never break me. It showed me what I didn't want to live with. It showed me, or without. It showed me that the level of loneliness that is here in this country, if you don't have like a solid, and I mean solid familial like structure, which most of us don't have because most of us come from dysfunctional families, it's rough. If you don't have the right people around you, it rough. Foreign is like all man for themselves and everybody just a fight, crab in a barrel, and all of that mentality that really showed me that's not how I want to live. I want a village. I want to be surrounded by people that love me, that trust, like that truly see me as who I am and truly see me for who I am. You know how we used to grow up in Jamaica? I know sometimes it might not seem like it's there in Jamaica, but you can cultivate that here, so you can't cultivate that. You have to get up and go work. You don't have no time to even talk to nobody. You understand? You don't. You have to, it's like you. Whereas in Jamaica, you'd be able to slow it down a little. America, England, Canada, all of the fast-paced countries, you can't get that. You can't cultivate that. It's a lot challenging. A lot more challenging, actually. One thing.
Me not try disrespect nobody, but the people that left Jamaica go foreign and they pan road and run up and down like taxi. Oh, it really and truly good. You know better when they there on the yard. Yeah? It better when they there Jamaica. When they left Jamaica and gone foreign now and run up and down like taxi from pillar to post, and you can't even find a resting place when night come. Oh, it go. Oh, it really got people. You not talk to me in the comment section because me really not understand, you know. Me not left my yard, gone to foreign country, go take up no residence, and at the end of the day, me I run from pillar to post like a taxi. And me not taxi. Yeah? People, you do better than that. Come on your yard, because someone run from pillar to post when night come. You know if you sleep, you so this over this and underneath this so. Eh? Una low, una standard, una left, una beautiful island Jamaica. Me no say things can happen, but my God, think about it. Think about the future. Do you want to see yourself keep on running like a taxi? Let me know in the comments.
Foreign hard. So when people tell us that them don't have it, them not have it for true. They tell them call on the people them are foreign and beg them $100 and them tell us say I want 30 or I want $50 them have. And a lot of them I tell them pay them bills and they really not even have money to buy food, but them a prioritize. Believe them and a lot of them I tell. And sometimes you don't have to just call them on and look something. Call them and check up on them, man, because them a struggle over here. And sometimes them just want somebody to just call them and make them know say it's going to be alright and them to take it easy. Because them really are hurt over here, man. Them a struggle. Foreign hard. On a family and friend them a call on the phone, just answer them, man. If them a call on 100 times video, answer them if you can't answer them for 100 times. They really and truly need somebody to talk to. The same way like how them check up on, if them check up on 1 time for a week, check up on them 5 times.
Trust me, sometimes when you see them not call, you know, they want to call, but them mental. I appreciate where them can go now. When they send one barrel and I want in there, just what them can afford. It's not always glamour and glitter and gold here. Hard, man. And when them come here and I try fight life, give them some time because it really get hard before it get better.
I made a video a couple months ago about how Jamaican culture outside of mainstream things like entertainment is dying amongst the Jamaican diaspora in the UK, and someone mentioned something about family dysfunction also being a contributor to that, and I totally agree. And I think that the experience of a lot of our elders being barrel children is a main reason for a lot of like family dysfunction amongst Jamaican families in the diaspora. But if you don't know what a barrel child is, it's basically the children that were left in Jamaica while their parents emigrated, whether it's to the UK, US, Canada, or wherever, to build a better life. And then in the time that their parents are trying to create stability, they would send back barrels or goods, hence the name barrel child. And during this time, their children were usually brought up by their grandparents or other family members. And if you actually speak to people that went through that, a lot of people like amongst my parents' generation were barrel children, and a lot of people have some kind of like childhood trauma from that experience, because number one, you grew up without your parents. Some people were not treated well by the family members that looked after them in Jamaica. Some people's parents, when they emigrated, they had other children. So when the children that were left in Jamaica are now reunited with their family, you could be all 13 years old. This is the first time you're meeting your parents, first time you're meeting your siblings, and you have to adjust to living in a foreign country, and that can be very traumatic. And a lot of people have unresolved feelings of like abandonment, resentment, not only to their parents but also to their siblings, and that kind of contributes to the dysfunction within some people's families. Also, if you've seen the film Hard Truths, it's about a British Caribbean woman, and she's suffering from like chronic depression, but it manifests in like proper rage, anger and delusions. And a lot of older Caribbean people have undiagnosed mental health issues, and a lot of it does stem from childhood trauma. Even in that film, a lot of the issues that she had was rooted in childhood trauma. And let's be real, mental health in our community is not taken seriously. If you're exhibiting some behaviors like that woman in the film, people are just going to label you as mad and go about their day. And I feel like a lot of older Caribbean people, you know, like some of them come across as just like miserable or angry all the time. Those undiagnosed mental health issues or just the unresolved trauma and feelings negatively affect our family dynamics and relationships, and that breakdown in family structure is a contributing reason as to why authentic Jamaican culture and traditions are no longer being passed down, aside from obviously assimilation. Also, aside from that, I find that a lot of our elders are actually the glue to our families, and once they start to pass away, family members no longer speak to each other, which is also a contributing reason for the family breakdowns and dysfunction in our community.
Morning, ones and ones. You know, if you understand or even pay any attention to the laws that govern society, you realize that some of these laws are outdated, antiquated, if you will, and they make no sense in this era. You know, I was just stopped by a police officer and he served me a ticket. He said that he wanted to give me 2 tickets, and I said to him, boy, you know, I won't be able to pay both of those. So he extends some leniency and he only grant me 1 ticket, which I am greatly appreciative of. But after I drove off, I was reflecting on the current state that we human beings live in or live under, right? Laws made by men to govern men, right? And these laws and these systems, they are outdated, like for this modern era. Like I think some of these things are just outdated when you really check it out. You have to pay your vehicle insurance, but yet still, if you're driving for 10 years and nothing happens, it's not like somebody's going to say, oh, this person has had no accidents, so you know what, let us give them a portion of the money that they have paid, right? The government, they put these laws in place to say, okay, I make this rule, and if you break this rule, you're going to have to pay. And what do they do with the money? They said that your car have to be fit to drive on the road, but there are no roads for people to drive on. No roads. Like every time it's either you're dropping a pothole Or you have to be veering off to the side because you don't want to hit your vehicle. Like, come on, man. Come on. I always see people get on social media, everybody upset and up in them feelings talking about what the government is doing from what them not doing. But you know what why I have to chime in? Because really and truly, it just annoying. It is so annoying, right? That you have to be paying, like literally, you have to be paying for the damn air that you breathe, right? Nothing is cheap, nothing is free, and guess what? Not like I want it to be free, right? But make it damn affordable and make the law make sense. You understand? When it is in what you call it now? I can't even find the word right now to express myself. But essentially what I'm trying to say is this. Governments, you need to get it together because some of them laws are just antiquated and people are tired. We are tired. We cannot afford anything, and you can't even make a drive without policeman a breathe down your shoulder, writing your ticket left, right, and center. It just disgusting, man.
Wagwan, beautiful people of Jamaica. Guys, thank you so much for your support. And guess what? We are going to talk about what Jamaican people are saying, or rather, Jamaicans abroad are saying about moving to Jamaica. Because, many Jamaicans have always thought about abroad being very easy life, but the reality it's very hard. So what if I told you that some Jamaicans as we speak are now saying that, you see, abroad is not what you have always been imagining, and that is because not that life abroad has become terrible, but because reality always it's harder than expected. Guys, for many years, many people in Jamaica have grown up and they have always wanted to go abroad. They have grown up always hearing one thing, and that is, you know what? If you go abroad, life becomes easy. You become successfully, like instantly. And when you talk about abroad, it's either America, Canada, England. So for many young Jamaican children, they have been growing up looking at that dream and feeling like the dream is a very perfect dream. Once I just go, then everything becomes set. Life, family, back at home. I mean, you see this dream of big houses. There's no, of which many of them get to experience the dollar. Hey. Anyway, recently, with the popularity of social media platforms, video creation platforms, it has made people abroad to really expose what's really happening. But again, before that, when someone goes abroad, they normally post about them having these luxury cars, going for a very big shopping, But again, you'll find that behind the story, there is a lot of stress, there is a lot of loneliness, a lot of debt, and these people have to work like 3 to 4 jobs. There is depression, So if you look at our current situation, as we speak, more Jamaicans are openly talking about the behind the story, the behind the video, the behind the picture story. And that's what we will be talking about, obviously. Why is it that many Jamaicans have always believed that life abroad was much easier? And why is it that this reality is eating harder and harder as time goes? Anyway, most of us, we really want to know, like, why are people are always afraid of telling the story behind the camera? Because most people love to show the beautiful life, enjoyable life, a lot of money, luxury vehicles. But I'm glad for those who came out and told us about the foreign dream. Anyway, for many third world countries, and for so many years, migration was seen as a very successful activity or plan, especially in Jamaica. I mean, you just had this feeling of if you have a visa, then that is a ticket to your success. So you'll find the entire community, the entire village coming in to fundraise for you so that at least you can get money to go and hustle abroad. And then thereafter, you'll start receiving your village mates, hosting them one by one. That's how they support each other. But again, it was a sign of luck, by the way. So I don't know if it's the colonizers that fed us with that perception or it's us. I think it's the colonizers that actually fed us with that particular belief that abroad is better than back home. And to be fair, my good people, many Jamaicans, when they went abroad, they really did improve their lives in a very positive way, because we all understand opportunity there is like too much. And also the salaries are higher compared to back home. Back home in many third world countries, what you do is that you work for the whole month and thereafter you get paid. But in America, you work and you get paid hourly, which is way better, by the way. Hourly pay versus monthly pay, much better, right? So if you look at the stability in terms of the systems, comparing both the foreign land that many people have always dreamt of going to, that is America, Europe, Canada, Australia. I mean, their systems are more stable than ever. Very true, by the way. But again, there is something that many people did not see, and that is the sacrifice behind this success. You see, this success that you see, hey, the sacrifice behind it is what these people don't show. And then we end up getting a perception of, oh, life is very easy. But again, we have these migrants that get into brutal shifts, like in factories, the night shifts, the cleaning jobs, the construction jobs. I mean, these ones, hey, they're very tough, and those are some of the jobs that you can easily get. The white collar ones are always meant for the white people, I guess so, according to most videos that I have come out and seen here. So as you go there during your first years, first few months, you'll find some people sleeping on couches, some living too many in one house, like 10 in one apartment. But you see, your family back at home, they don't see that. They don't see us. That they only want to see, or they only see the success that is visible thereafter, after the struggles here and there. So as time goes on, you will actually see the feeling of people believing that, you know what, this foreign thing is beautiful, because those that already went there romanticized it by showing the good part only and not the struggles behind the success. So a couple of years later, social media comes in. Remember back then, we didn't really have so many platforms. We only have few of them. So nowadays we have too many of them. And every day people posts about the highlights of their day, the highlights of their month. I mean, every day. And these people, most people, they don't actually post the unpaid bills that they are experiencing to struggle to pay. They don't actually post loneliness that they have, because abroad, people are not like in a third world whereby when you feel lonely, you just go to the shopping center, you'll meet people, talk with them, and probably you visit your neighbor, like you don't have to book an appointment. You see, life is so beautiful anyway, but again, the cultures are different. So, as much as we enjoy socialization, interaction, like very easily, in abroad, in first world countries, they don't enjoy that. You will not see them posting this season whereby there is too much cold, freezing. They don't post these phases, or rather these moments that they experience racism. And remember, you see, Jamaicans are blacks. They came from Africa, West Africa specifically. And those that are known to be Black Americans, they don't really value and love the African Americans, Jamaican Americans, Asian Americans, like they don't. The Black immigrants, they don't really like, they're not liked by the Black Americans. So, in fact, they face a lot of racism, anxiety attacks. And you see, it's really unfortunate that people have to post only the good sides. And in this life, we all understand that we can either have, or life is not like straight. Today you're happy, tomorrow you're sad, the other day you're doing good, another day it's really tough, and that's life. But in social media, you don't see people posting that. They only post about their shopping trips, about their travel trips, them buying new iPhones, nice things like sneakers, nice apartment tour. But deep down, they'll not show that moment whereby they are going through a debt situation. And of course, that's very dangerous because you are actually hurting your mental health. And now, because younger Jamaicans started believing that once you board a flight, land in either America, Europe, or Canada, you automatically become successful. It has really been, it hasn't been nice anyway, because they go with the expectation that life is beautiful, life is easy, you don't have to work too much, money is there. But again, I'm really grateful that recently, like from 2 years ago, so many people, Jamaicans, have come out to now admit that being abroad is very hard, not just hard, extremely hard. If you talk about the cost of living, so access there, because you see, that's one of the biggest realities that is eating Jamaican Americans abroad at the moment. The cost of living too much. Even if you talk about the cost of living in Canada, Australia, UK, oh man, rent alone is like destroying people financially. And some people have to work like 3 to 4 jobs. Imagine after even working 3 to 4 jobs, you're still struggling. There, grocery is very expensive, unlike in third world countries where people have kitchen gardens or big farms. They do plant or farm their food. They have kales, carrots, coriander in the farms. They just go pluck and cook. They don't have to go and buy. In America, transport is very expensive. Utilities are very expensive. Healthcare, oh man. and inflation is actually making things worse. Anyway, as much as we are talking about all that, some Jamaicans are actually saying that they thought that by them earning dollars, that automatically meant that they are wealthy. Remember, there is the difference between wealth and rich. Totally different. Wealthy is when you make money while you are sleeping. Like you can make money while you are asleep. And rich is whereby you have to work to get that money. So that's something that many people tend to forget. That as much as you actually earn in dollars, you still spend in dollars, not in your local currency. Hey, guys, hey, do you still want to go abroad? And recently, there was this report by the UN in Jamaica that reported that 54% of Jamaicans wanted to move out of Jamaica like in the next 3 years. So the fact that people are working multiple jobs in America to survive, not to live, is another thing that people don't really talk about. The hustle is real there. The hustle is brutal there. Imagine you having to wake up at 5 a.m. You work one shift, then another, then another. I mean, you just sleep like for very few hours, and you'll have to do that for the rest of your life. In third world countries, by the time you're around 70s there, like you no longer have to work. Probably if you just have businesses, you can still run them, but yeah, those are the years that you are at home relaxing. And of course, being in America is hectic. I can't really imagine like sleeping only a few hours. Difficult. Anyway, we've seen many people admitting the fact that they really enjoy life because they're not even living, they're surviving. And you see, back at home, people have this perception that, yeah, you are rich. You are in America, you are very rich. And that in itself, if you allow that pressure to get into you, it's going to become a very big problem. Because, at the end of the day, people back at home will require you to remit some money to them. And a lot of Jamaicans abroad, they do carry huge family pressures along with them. They send money back home. They help build homes for their parents and their relatives, their sisters, brothers. They help pay school fees. They help pay school fees for the cousins. I mean, they help the parents. They help the extended family. And I can tell you, once you go abroad, it's like it has been stamped that, you know what, we actually paid so much for you. So there is no way you can even say no. Because they already know that, yeah, you are there. It's easy money, easy money. You don't have to wait the whole month. You can get paid in the evening once you are done with your shift. Anyway, it's hard that everybody assumes foreign means endless money, which isn't the case. So, you've had Jamaicans speaking about these issues because now I don't know if you even heard some saying that it feels sad that even when they go back home to enjoy, they cannot enjoy because at the end of the day, they are seen as working ATMs, which is very sad because what we need is just love. Imagine, guys. Imagine you're already struggling abroad. Then, back home, everybody thinks that you are wealthy. You see, that in itself, it will make you to be emotionally exhausted. Homesick, again, is something that makes you to really get disturbed mentally. it sounds simple, but it's affecting so many people because you see, if you go abroad, that automatically it's something that everybody experiences, and you even add in our clip today. So what this means is that at the end of the day, money is not everything. You're a human being. You'll miss home. You'll miss the food, the culture, the vibes, the language, the community, the family gatherings that you'll not even find in America. I mean, these simple things that really made you to feel like you belong. And you see, some even, or rather, I'll just say that at some point you'll just feel like you just miss everything about your home. Even if you've lived abroad like for 20 or 30 years, you'll still miss everything about home. So that emotional loneliness is very hard, especially during holidays. The Christmases, you don't have people around you. Birthdays, you don't have people around you. I mean, just attending any function. So at the end of the day, you'll realize that you have actually sacrificed that closeness for opportunity. I mean, instead of being close to family, you've sacrificed it to work for money. And that is very painful at the end of the day. Weather is something else that people really struggle with because imagine coming from these tropical countries whereby you don't have this weather pattern, summer, winter, autumn, and snow period. And then here you go. Oh my God. That in itself, it affects people so much. Personally, if I go to a very hot place, of which I've once left for hot places, and I can tell you that I really suffer headaches because I'm used to 20 degrees, I mean 20 something degrees there, which is quite cool, but beyond 30 degrees, oh, it's hectic. So if you look at Caribbean immigrants, imagine guys, you grow up in this sunshine, tropical climate, and then you go abroad and you start dealing with storms, dark skies, freezing temperatures. That is depressing. And then you wake up in the dark, you come home in the dark. Oh my God. That adjustment is very, very hard. So at the end of the day, you'll feel like you are stuck. And that, hey, it's not something that you can say that you're happy about because as much as you can't always just come back home, especially after so many years abroad, and then somehow you have children to take care of, mortgages, debt, immigration complications, responsibilities. I mean, that is very hectic. So if you see people abroad becoming unhappy, just know that they may still say that, I mean, they'll just have to accept anyway at the end of the day. And if you notice nowadays, immigration system is becoming tighter and tighter, especially in America, whereby they are actually tightening this particular immigration stories to do with especially the undocumented ones. They really don't want undocumented immigrants. And even if you are documented and you changed your status along the way, they don't want that. So if you look at many countries, not only in America,
Bye.